Hello, Sharks. My name is Landon McInnes, and I am here seeking $100,000 in exchange for 15% equity in my company. Sharks, I am here today to talk about a very sensitive topic.
Ooh.
And it's one you might think I'm a little bit nuts to bring up, but it affects both men and women. It's personal grooming. Now, don't be shy. We've all experienced it, okay? So, Sharks, the personal grooming industry has a big problem, though. We have been shaving wrong for years, in fact, decades. Let me show you a demonstration.
You need a jacket.
Dr. Nutz.
There you go.
Sharks, our bodies, they have curves. Lots of curves. Razors are straight and very sharp. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
This does not look right. Sharks, let me show you what straight razor does to curve.
Chopped liver.
Oh my God.
I do not agree with the straight razor method. So I took everyone's sensitive areas into consideration and came up with a product that eliminates those issues. With Go Nutz! Go Nutz fits perfectly in the palm of your hand, making it easy to get to those hard to reach places. Sharks, Go Nutz is the first of its kind, unique personal groomer that is patented to embrace the efficiency and the elegance of all your curves. Go Nutz offers greater maneuverability, fully 100% waterproof, 2.5 hours of battery life, making it the perfect tool for both men and women. So Sharks, who's ready to make the world go nuts for a new way of personal grooming?
We are back with another Shark Tank Breakdown episode. I am your host, Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything from patents, copyrights, trademarks, and trade secrets. And I'll tell you what, the gentleman has an A on his presentation. I loved it. Let me know if you loved it in the comment section. This is an interesting, obviously he said the secret word, or the word that I love, patented. He does have a patent protection on the product. I was actually looking it up. He also has a trademark on it. So a shout out for him for protecting this intellectual property. That's the whole point of this channel, hence the name, Everything Intellectual Property, where I want you guys to protect the IP, build a business off the IP. Some housekeeping items before we get started. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. We talk a lot. Go check out, I did have an ebook that came out recently. It's in the description section, going from everything from getting an idea all the way to monetizing a product. So check out that in the description section. Now this is interesting because I actually just literally 2 days ago, I ordered, I have Manscaped, and Manscaped is, for those of you who don't know, is a grooming kit. And I ordered the first one maybe a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago. And it seems like I saw a newer version came out. So I literally just ordered that, and that was 2 days ago, like $100 or something like that. So I'm currently waiting for that in the mail. And yeah, I mean, again, grooming is extremely important. And excuse me, I actually love the ergonomics of his product. Now I'd be interested to see how it kind of works in real time. We're used to kind of having, grabbing a razor and kind of, shaving that way, but holding like something in your hand in the shape of a ball. And, it seems like it could work better. So I may have to kind of double back and get his as well. So those are some of my kind of thoughts. Now, the things that I look for in this product is, or in the pitch in the business to see whether or not it's going to be a rocket ship or it's probably going to be a steady growth. Is it simple? And it seems like this is kind of for the user. We'll see the simplicity of it. I'm not sure. It's not as simple as maybe other products could potentially be, although, obviously you have kind of shaving bumps or whatever the case may be if you kind of do it the wrong way. So from the ease of use, I don't know. I'm assuming that it's simple, but maybe that's not the case. How effective is it? I would imagine that he has some sales. Now, the product is actually not valued as high as I thought it would be. I think around $650,000, $700,000 valuation of the company based on $100,000 for 15%. So that's interesting. We'll see if you have some sales to back that up. I would imagine that the Sharks would ask for that. And then a market. I think the market is definitely there. Now, is it saturated? Obviously, you have kind of razor companies. That's kind of more so for the face. The only one that I know of for like your private areas is Manscaped. Now, I would imagine that it's some others out there. I think it's still potential for growth in this particular market, and it is a market that, is a big market. So I love that. And then kind of the bonus one is IP. Are you protecting the intellectual property? And as I said at the beginning, he has, by his own admission, a patented product, as well as he has protected his trademarks, kind of based on what I've seen as he was going through the pitch. So it seems like he may have something on his hands. We'll see what the Sharks think about it. Like I said, I love the presentation. Please hit the like button again for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button as I pull back up the pitch and see if this gentleman gets the deal. Let's go.
Great presentation.
Right in front of you.
Oh my
Is a
God.
very own Go Nuts and a coconut or a peach
So I want to make sure that I understand what I'm looking at here. This is for the face.
for the body. All for the body.
This is for the body,
all of it's for the body.
and this is for the private parts. You're saying.
Correct. Yeah, that's attachment you guys have right there is for the shorter hairs. And then you pop it off
I
because it's a
pop-
magnet. Pull it off. Yep, there you go. You switch out the attachment. There you go.
That's really cool.
That's sweet.
So when you're just getting the stubble, basically.
Correct. That
So
one is,
and can
yeah,
you use
there
it?
you go. See, now you can probably hear it.
I can hear it and
There you
feel
go.
it.
See how
Is
you
it
hear
working
it?
on your face?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot better than
So it's like a regular electric razor?
Yeah.
no. This is better than electric razors.
Why?
I freaking hate electric razors.
Why?
They burn your
So I want to
face.
go back, Landon, to the number one
Can we
guy
do
in
his
the
head with
space. They're
it?
number one selling. I
Yep.
have one.
Yep.
They have a blade that you can push up for the nether regions.
Yep.
They're selling over $1 billion
They
worth
do.
of
They
those.
are. They're big. They're selling baby hair trimmers that are skin safe technology that they do a lot of marketing behind, which is why I'm here, because I'm a one-man show. I need help to take on the giants.
What's your background?
Yeah, I know.
Grooming has always been a passion of mine. I've been getting manicures since I was 15, 16. And so architectural engineers, what I was studying when I was growing up, learning how to use the AutoCAD. So I've always had a creative entrepreneurial mind. And I took all my years of experience and I looked and I went in the bathroom and I'm like, I'm bald, I have beard, and I have all these products in here that look all alike. And I use them all for different things. And there's one thing that's missing. There's nothing really designed differently to use for different part of my body other than the same thing I use for my face that I'm gonna use for below. And I don't wanna use the same thing down here. I don't wanna keep doing this motion. So I was like, how can I disrupt this industry, re-engineer, take away all the dangerous parts, take away the teeth. Instead of being straight up and down, why not have something that's a ball, fits in your palm of your hand, that fits for everybody's hand?
So did you design this?
Yes, ma'am, everything from a drawing on a piece of paper.
From a drawing on
Really?
a piece of paper. So then what did you do? Find a factory or a prototype
I'm
maker?
glad you asked
Tell
that.
us your steps.
That was a very hard process for me. I went to somebody's like, that's gonna cost you tens of thousands of dollars to build a prototype. I had another company tell me they needed $2 million just in research.
First. Were
What?
they some of those invention companies? Those invention companies, scams. If you
Yes.
have to pay up front for somebody to evaluate your
And then they
invention,
just steal it.
don't
Yes,
do it. They're
Exactly.
stealing
That's
from you.
exactly why I'm here now.
Exactly.
Now you finish going through the design and prototyping stage. You find a
Yep.
manufacturer. You make
Yep.
your first run. You
Yep.
start selling it.
Yep.
What year was that? How much did you sell?
It was the fourth quarter of 2023 when I first landed my 1,000 units of my product. I went viral.
Wow.
I sold out in my first run.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I went viral when I wasn't ready because I didn't have enough inventory to sustain.
okay.
You sold all
demand.
1,000 units at what price?
$70. Landed at 16.
What was the total sales after you blew out your units? What did you make in dollars?
59,000.
2024.
45,000 so far in sales.
How much inventory do you have left?
1,732 units.
Man, I love that you know your numbers.
Landon, let me take a stab at it. You know, I admit the form factor, that's interesting, and the premise on what this does, that's different, but there's a ton of work to be done to get this out there in a space that's old. I mean, this electric razor's been around since the 50s. That's a really, really, really mature distribution channel they've got nailed down. Good news is you're on Shark Tank. Bad
Right.
news is I'm out.
Listen.
And as Mr. Wonderful goes out, again, I do want to highlight some things, particularly what kind of Mark was saying about those invention companies who kind of try to sell you on, hey, give us all this money and then we'll work for you. And he's right, unfortunately, man. You have to be weary of those companies for a number of reasons. Number one, as the gentleman talked about, they from time to time can steal your product and steal your invention. So that's obviously a big thing. But also, you're end up paying these guys a lot of money and they don't do anything. I think Tabee's, which kind of makes kind of baby clothing, they talked about spending $1 million, and I think she was only making maybe $100,000, less than $100,000 in sales at the time she was on Shark Tank. Yet she has spent over $1 million on the product. A lot of it going to these sales companies to help her sell the product. So they definitely be weary of those companies. Again, another thing is, it seems like with the architectural engineers, they come up with some great ergonomic products. So I was talking about the ergonomics of it before and me loving it. It's not surprising that this guy's an architectural engineer. I think, matter of fact, the lady from Tabee's kind of was in architecture as well. So it seems like, man, they can obviously design in buildings, products, stuff like that. They come up with some great products. Now, on the flip side of things, even though the product may be great, the marketing is kind of maybe what oftentimes they're lacking in, just because that's not their level of expertise. Their level of expertise is designing things, making it better, making it cooler, making it better functionality-wise, and not maybe so much with the marketing and getting the sales out. So I would imagine that's a big part of why he's on Shark Tank. But again, I kind of disagree with Kevin. And you guys have to let me know if you agree with me in the comment section. This gentleman sold out his first run, and so far it seems like he has made $45,000. So in other words, I think even though the market does kind of seemingly is mature, I think Manscaped. Let me see when Manscaped came around, because I thought they were relatively new. And it seems like they are killing it. So Manscaped started. Tell you, man, Google gets you anything. So yeah, Manscaped just started less than 10 years ago in 2016. It's 2025. And like I said, they're killing it. Let me see the revenue of Manscaped here. Look at in 2021, Manscaped did. So this is after 5 years of launching. Manscaped did $300 million. So again, that's what I'm saying, man. I understand the market is probably a little bit more mature from electric razors, but if you have a killer product, I think you can penetrate that market. And I think this product is a killer product. We just saw Manscaped 5 years after launching doing almost $300 million in sales. I'm not sure what they're up to now. I would imagine that was 2021. I would imagine 4 years later, they're probably doing $500 million. And I think this product is amazing. Yes, I think the market is mature from an electric razor standpoint, but I think he provides something that's different and appears to be maybe a little bit better than what's out there. So I kind of disagree with Kevin that it's kind of tough. I do think that this gentleman seems like he's good on the engineering, on the technical side, but maybe not so much on the marketing side of it. I think this is why one of the sharks, or just kind of coming on Shark Tank and hopefully getting a deal, one of the sharks can help him out with the marketing piece. I think it has potential, man. Again, it's not crushing it in terms of the sales right now, but I do think it has potential. That was my initial thoughts. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section as I pull it back up and see if the gentleman gets a deal. Let's go.
I don't think it really fits right in my portfolio of what I do. I wish you good luck.
So I would like to say that.
Hey, Landon, before you go there, I love this, but I think you're missing the biggest market, right? Just to avoid
That's why I'm here to learn.
Right. Have you tried just to shave your face and
Yes,
it works?
sir. Yes, sir.
And it's comfortable and everything?
Yes, sir.
But you just don't want to go there because it's competitive with everything
Yes,
else.
sir.
Could you see yourself just using this on
Yes,
your
sir.
head?
Yes, sir.
Right? All right.
A lot of people do.
Look, if I'm doing videos on social media, I'll be shaving in the morning, it's over. Right? If I put it in the lockers of all of our guys,
Yes.
okay, I'll make you an offer.
Okay.
I'll offer you the 100 for 25%. Yes or no?
Don't answer it yet. You have other people here.
No,
That-
do
Okay.
it. Oh my
No.
God.
I'm not, you know me, I'm not patient.
Mark, let
I'll
me
put
come
that
in
tw-
on Mark. Mark, let me come in with you.
Phenomenal.
Let me
come in
tell
with
you
I
what's
got the
wrong.
Andis guys. I
I'm
got a bunch of
sorry.
people who can help
Let
with
me
it.
speak. No,
Me and Damon
please.
together.
For 30.
Excuse me. Let me have a
But
word.
we got to give him a little bit more money from that. If we
Hey,
put,
listen,
Okay,
Landon.
but why would you do it for
Landon,
30?
but
Landon,
Barbara might
listen to
have
me,
a great
please.
offer.
It's heated up, baby. I love to see a TiVo action.
And there seems to be a feeding frenzy over Landon's personal shaver, Go Nuts.
Listen,
Okay,
Landon.
but why would you do it for 30 and we split
Landon,
50?
listen to me,
great
please.
offer.
I do have an offer for you.
Okay.
But I wholeheartedly disagree with their philosophy about broadening that market. I think the beauty to your product is you're in your own lane and it's going to take care of my peaches and their nuts. I think that's fabulous. And I think all your social media should be expertly targeted toward that. I'm going to give you an offer a little bit better. I'm going to give you $100,000 for 20%.
So
But you got to
still-
stay in your lane.
got two-
I'm the queen of social media.
I got
You are-
two
you
guys
are-
for this
You
that
got
can help
two
with it.
offers.
Okay, hold on.
What-
Damon and I will go together. 120 grand for 30%. I don't agree you need for the peaches yet. You got to win your first
I
battle.
agree with that.
I think you want to go full body. You can make it 2 brands or 1 brand. It doesn't matter.
Confused, wasting money.
No. The way you cure the confusion is you just have a video of me doing it and Damon doing the same thing,
I have
right?
some
And I'll
thoughts
put
on
these
this
in
now.
all the guys' lockers and let them see if we can get them to try it and all that.
Would you extend a line of credit for any hard POs that we get
Yeah,
for
for
any
any-
large orders?
Any large orders, you got credit. I do that all the time.
Let me say something. It's a larger market with women than there is for
It
men
is.
for this product. And you know it and I know it. And these guys don't know what they're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about, right? I know exactly who's going to
He
buy
usually
it.
knows
Two
what he's
different
talking about, but not
philosophies.
always.
Two different philosophies.
No, we believe in the women's market, but we know that we're starting where we ourselves are in control of what we can do.
How much participation and help and mentorship and you guys
As much as
offering
you
to go
need.
with
Yeah,
that?
as much.
that comes
we-
anyway.
We both got teams, yeah, that'll help you. Yeah, and us for that matter.
I get a bad feeling you're not looking at me.
I'm looking at you. I'm waiting to hear everybody.
What an outcome.
Think about it. Barbara is in, and she's 10% less.
You got to
than
make a
them.
decision, Landon.
They're giving you a little bit more money.
You guys got a deal.
Done.
There you go. All right.
Ah, I tried.
Man, you know your numbers, brother. I love it.
I listened to your book before I came.
You listened to my book before you came. I love it,
I'm
man.
excited for you.
Thank you
Excited
guys.
for
I
you.
appreciate it, fellas.
Excited
Thank
for
you.
man.
I
This is
appreciate
awesome.
it.
This is awesome.
Thank you guys.
I'm so fired up.
I saw in Mark and Damon's eyes about how far they wanted to take it. Mark and Damon are kings of branding, marketing, fashion, sports, music, everything, and that's everything I want to be a part of.
Hey man, don't you just love American entrepreneurship? We are 1 for 1 so far. Season 16, episode 17. We're chugging along. We are 1 for 1. Now I do have some things to share. Completely different philosophies, and that's the beauty of this all, where you can still make a ton of money going at it a different way. What they say is more than one way to skin a cat. And Mark and Damon, they came in and they offer was actually a little kind of higher than what Barbara was offering. I think Barbara offer-wise was a little better. Again, it seems like the gentleman, he kind of wanted the whole shaver for the head, and kind of you still got the peaches area and the kind of the nuts area, but it seems like the shaving for the head was something that seems like kind of pulled him in, whereas Barbara wanted to kind of focus on the shaver for the head. I mean, the kind of your private area, and then maybe kind of expand out later on, if at all, to your head area. And man, I don't know. I think I maybe agree with Barbara. It seems like obviously the men, they're going to focus on the head and the face, besides the kind of the private area. I'm not sure how I feel about that though. I'm not like again, it's a ton of competition with shavers for the head, and actually they have not necessarily the bar, but more so something that you can grasp with the hand, and it does have the pivot feature. So his is a little different, him having a bar. But I don't know. I think just kind of focusing to start with kind of the private area and then maybe expanding out, maybe is the way to go for this one as I see it. And I think as Barbara see it, and I think just kind of being able to kind of direct your marketing and everything towards that will help out. Now we'll see whether or not everything goes right with Damon and Mark. Again, you get two sharks, so it's hard to beat getting two sharks to help with two sharks on things. And obviously they're going to promote it. They're branding experts. They have connections, double the connections than what Barbara would have just being a single person. But I kind of do like her kind of thought process and the way she was going to go with it from a planning standpoint as it relates to kind of focus on the private areas and not so much this kind of the head area, the face area, where there's a ton of competition. Let me know if you agree with me, if you agree with Barbara, or if you think that gentleman made the right choice with going with Damon as well as Mark. While I pull up the website here, this was a good one, man. This was a pretty good one to kind of start episode 17 on. Here is the actual website. You see the Go Nuts. He does have a registered trademark. So I will actually put the R in the circle at the bottom of it, bottom corner, just to let people know it is a registered trademark. Like I said, I love the product, man. I think the product is cool, and I'm actually considering buying one of these things. Architectural engineers are great. Much needed. Let's go down to the bottom of it. He has 21 reviews on it. He did say it's patented, so let's see at the bottom if he has the patent pending or the actual issue patent number. So I'm not seeing it. Like I said, man, I love to put the patent on this thing for a number of reasons. Number one is because to the extent that you have to sue somebody, you can try to go back to get damages from the time that they should have known, based on the patent number being issued or put on the website, and not when you send a cease and desist letter. So see that he talked about Good Nuts needed to be different. So while other products just rely on trademark names, we made sure Good Nuts has a uniquely patented. So he's saying like we got trademarks and patents on this thing, and these pictures and things like that are copyrights as well. So he has a lot of IP. Like I said, I'll put the patent number at the bottom if I were him. Seems like it's going to be more patents that he gets. So we'll see what happens, man. But I actually like the product. Whether or not he went with the right shark, that remains to be seen. But again, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I would imagine that he still kind of makes money in the long term. Like I said, I may have to double back and go purchase the product and see how I like it. Let me know to the extent that you are one of those ones who got it. Let me know in the comments. Do you like the product? Does it work better than kind of the traditional shavers or traditional electric shavers? Please let me know. Like I said, Manscaped started in 2016, and as of 2021, they were doing almost just short of $300 million in revenue. They're probably doing $500 million now. They make shavers. I think they've expanded into like head and face shavers, but they started with the privacy area in mind, and they're killing it. So I do think that again, it's upside for this market. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. We are on to the next one and see if we can go 2 for 2. Let's go.